I just got done doing an oil change in my car, and I used this Mobil 1 oil filter. And when I was at AutoZone, the guy told me, hey, Mobil 1 is the best one out there. So I got home, did the oil change, and I have the filter. And I've always wanted to see what was inside one of these things. So I cut it open. Took my angle grinder, cut the thing open. This one is used, so it's full of oil. And from what I can see, it's put together pretty good. But I happen to have a brand new Fram and a brand new STP. Now I'm about to cut these open, and I'm gonna compare. These came from a car that I don't own anymore, so I don't need the filters. I'm gonna cut them open, and I'm gonna see which one is better. The walls of the oil filter on the Mobil 1 are much thicker. Then the STP and the Fram, I would say it goes STP and then Fram on the thickness of the wall. So this Mobil 1, it was thick. It took me at least double, maybe even triple the time to cut these two open as it did to cut this one open. So Mobil 1, Fram, STP. Not a huge difference in these three. This one does seem to be thicker, has more girth to it. These two just seem to be a little aluminum. But this seems to be like a tin. They're probably all aluminum, but this is just thicker. But I don't really see the issue in any of this. Here's the Fram. STP is in the middle. Mobil 1's on the outside. You can see the Mobil 1 has more tighter filters. The STP seems to have about the same count, but the Fram, I don't know. Okay. Here's the Fram. Here's the Fram. You have this little spring component at the bottom that keeps the oil filter itself off of the bottom of the can. That simply slots in this little hole right here. You put that in. Then you have your bypass valve. And what that does is that keeps the oil from coming out of the filter once it enters the filter. Then you have your filter guard, which the oil comes from the engine through these holes, goes by the bypass valve, so it can't come back out through these holes, goes through the filter element, and then comes out the center right here. I decided to take them completely apart so you can have a better view of them. Here's the Mobil 1, here's the Fram, here's the STP. Again, this one came off of my car after 5,000–6,000 miles, so it is oily. These two were for a V8 SUV. This is a V8 sedan. On all three of them, they all come with this metal spring, little metal spring clip. They all seem pretty strong, so I wouldn't say there's a real advantage there. They all come with, obviously, a filter element. This one seems pretty thick. This one seems pretty flimsy. And the STP seem to get an awful lot of it. The end caps on the Mobil 1 are all steel. just as the center tubing is steel. The end cap on the Fram, they're just pieces of paper cardboard, and the center tube is steel. The center tubing on the STP is just plastic, and the end caps, they're also paper cardboard. The anti-drain valve, they're all rubber. The the Mobil one seems to be the thickest, then the STP, then the Fram, but I believe they all would do the job equally. Then the bypass valve on all three of them seems to be pretty heavy duty. On all three. So I really don't see an advantage there. The canister itself, the STP and the Fram, they both are thinner than the Mobil one. The Mobil one took double the time to cut as these two did. Now let me just show the center tubing. You can see the center tubing again. This is the STP. This is the Fram. This is the Mobil one. It was actually hard for me to even take the filter element off of the Mobil one. I was able to just take it off of these two fairly easy. Like I said, there's no reason to even compare the end caps. This is steel, those are cardboard. I would say that the end caps and the steel tubing are the major differences between the three. This filter element, this is a synthetic one. These two have a cardboard paper feel to them. So the Mobil one, in my book, clearly is better. The canister is thicker. The steel tubing is better. Then I guess these two are kind of a toss-up. The springs at the end, about a wash. The anti-drain valve, about a wash. The bypass valve, they're all heavy duty. The canister, the filter, the end caps, I think that's what makes the Mobil one a better filter. I've seen other videos where people were talking about oil filters and they know way more than I do. I don't know all the names, pretty sure I might even got one of the names wrong on the parts, but I do know better quality when I see better quality. And for me, it goes Mobil one, STP, and then Fram. I think they all would work. Obviously, I bought them all, but after cutting them open and looking at them, I think Mobil one is the best, but does cost more. So roll with the one you want to roll with. But I don't know if you've ever been interested to see what was inside of a oil filter, but I was. Now I'm not. So appreciate you watching, and change oil.